It's good afternoon, YouTuber subscribers and friends and like. It's Grant coming at you from Miles City, Montana. It's a Saturday, July 23rd, 2016. As I'm sitting here, just fresh from car camping last night. That's a police station up that way, by the way. The thought came to my mind about how this is a straight path. Let's say if I go straight ahead of here, this is how the 9-to-5ers go. You know, you go to college, you get a life. You know, you pay for that college, you go through work, and you live your life the normal, everyday, let's say, American way. Or at least that's what we're taught from kids, from our parents into school, what, the like, is to live that life, that normal, set up, stable life that they all want for you because they're proud, want you to be proud of you, and so on and so forth. If you take the path off to the right, let's say that goes off on the interstate someplace, which it doesn't, I'm just saying it does. Then you go off traveling, and you live your life on the road. You become like a internet vlogger, or write books on the road, or develop websites, or just a lot of times these days you can develop from home, work from home, they supposedly say, by having a computer-related job. Or you can take the path to the left, in which case, let's say that leads to someplace you never realized you would go to. You follow somebody off to someplace else, or an event comes up in your life, like a family member passes on suddenly, maybe somebody you know very well, maybe not even a family member, but a very close friend, gets in a car wreck and dies or something. I'm not trying to be depressing or anything, but something in your life comes along and just kind of drags you down the left-hand field. This is what life is all about, people. You can decide to take the straight-in path. You could decide voluntarily to go off right and surprise everybody and, I don't know, go be a bum and freight train hop for a couple years, or just go traveling the country or whatever down the one path. Or life can throw things at you from a distance that you hadn't realized it was coming. Just as I started this video, this is the third time trying to start this video, I had my he's the overnight manager, Mike, show up and say hi and everything right there as he's coming down that path. And it just reminded me of the fact that people show up in your life, whether they co-workers, bosses, friends, women, dudes to chase after, whatever, family, all sorts of things in your life come up out of the blue that could potentially derail your life or your current plans, I should say. So even if you are on the straight path, like the 9-to-5, blah blah blah, going right down that path, doing your thing, and you're deciding on maybe being a van driller or something and going off this way, it doesn't even have to be traveling and van drilling or anything like that. It's just doing whatever the heck you love instead of just doing something that's 9-to-5 that pays well, let's say, and you decide to go off and follow your passion like a yoga dancer or whatever the heck it is. Just be prepared for the fact that life could throw you a left-hand curveball. Somebody or something or someplace or sometime could come out of the left-hand field that you had no idea was happening. Maybe you set everything up. Well, let's say in my case, to go expediting, went all the way across the U.S. and then some little thing came up or another that prevented you from doing that. It doesn't mean that it's not meant to happen now, or not meant to happen ever. Maybe it's not meant to happen now, or maybe it's meant to happen in the future, etc. Life has different pathways. Constantly you're making a decision, like just right here, this simple decision from when I wake up. I can drive straight forward, I can go to the right and go down to the newer part of town, or I can go to the left and go down to the older part of town, just from driving my car. That's simple of a decision, not even life-changing type of decision. We make decisions every single day of our life. So if you think you're too scared, or your life is too complicated to make things work, to follow your passion, get out there and do something that makes you happy every day, you should really think again, because constantly, every hour even, you're making 6 or 7 or more choices every hour as to where to go to eat, if you're going to go back to work or not, if you're going to go back home or not. I mean, literally, if you had to go find a bathroom or not. Anything can come up in your entire life, and you're making these constant choices of what you're going to do next. So making what would seem to be a bigger choice and taking the right-hand street and going down that way and following your dreams, following your passion is really not such a big thing when you realize that you are doing those type of things every single day. You're just not making that particular decision, but that particular decision is not any bigger than any decisions that you make every single day. That life throws at you from the left-hand side, that you're going down the straight path, or that you decide to veer off and find something that you love. In terms of getting old, every day that goes by is another day that you never get back. So I highly suggest that you try the right-hand lane as much in your life as you can get away with doing it. Even if it's a trip out of town just to travel and camp around or something, just to do something so that you can have a memory. You know, do something out of your routine. Don't do the regular stay home and, I don't know, veg out on the couch and do your laundry and watch TV like you would every single weekend, day in and day out when you're on time off of work. Or drastically change your life, change your job and everything around and hit that road. Because I swear to you, it sounds scary as hell, but 2 years after it, like on my 2014 and 2015, I would never take that back for the world. There were some days when I really, really wondered what in the hell I was doing there. But now when I look back at it in the big picture, I'm so happy I did it. Everything good and bad. I'm amazed because it's just a whole memory. I mean, I made a better memory of 2014 and 15 than I've made since then. Or before that, really. I mean, each year, each day, it's got its own plans and memories and stuff, but you just gotta find your zen, so to speak. But it just made me realize this morning when I looked at this three-way turn, technically four ways, I could back up and go back the other direction. But it's a three-way path in life, and we have many of these pathways in life. I'm not just talking right now. I'm talking anything simple from going to eat, to whether you're going to go back home or not, or whether you're going to change your whole career and life around or not, or what you want to do with your life. You know, you could go be the postmaster. Maybe that's a job you never considered ever doing, but it's an outside job that you get to go deliver mail every day, any time of the year. Just anything that comes up into mind. So this morning, the whole idea of this video is just to tell you that these decisions that you are sitting there contemplating in your mind, oh, it's such a big thing, I have a huge house, I have to sell everything and move into a van and then travel around, and now I don't know what I'm going to do once I do all that, and I don't know if I'm going to have the budget for it, etc., etc., and you make these thousands and thousands and thousands of excuses, but at the end of the day, your life is just as complicated going down the straight way, going down that road, working that 9-to-5 job, wearing that big, building that big house, etc., as it is if you went off to the right. Or, no matter what you're doing, the left-hand field might come along and force you off to the left. You may have to go take care of a relative in a different city, or things may happen that are just not through your control alone. Something to ponder and think about. Like and subscribe, leave comments, and we'll catch you in a fit. Peace.